Hello, good day to all of you. My name is Blair and welcome to another OS operating system. Today we're going to take a look into Kubuntu 25.04. It will be supported until January 2026, and before this expire, I want to let you see what is the next Kubuntu LTS looks like, and this is just only for several months, so it will just gonna be a test bed for the upgrading of the LTS, which is right now the LTS 24.04. And Kubuntu 25.04 feature and changes will give you details based on the kernel, toolkits, and build options that you could see this in the next LTS, the long-term support. So the latest Kubuntu operating system for desktop, laptop, it will be supported until January 2026 only. So you have also the alternative download and the main download right here. Just click that one and then save it into your download folder. Yes, we don't have any type of A, B, C, D or any drive, but we just put it as this is the main drive, and you have also some hard disk right here. I have the hard disk for the Ubuntu and Linux Mint and the big Linux that I'm using right now. So as you can see, the drive I have is an NVMe on 1, so which means this is my NVMe 1 partition 2, because partition 1 P1 is my bootloader, and this one, the SDA 2 is for my Linux Mint, and SDA 3 is my Ubuntu. I reserve the SDA 1 for my bootloader, but it's not shown right here because it is a bootloader, except if you want to look it into the disk. So anyway, I already have this one, so click save and let's wait to hit 100%. So let's go to our boxes, click the start menu or show apps. I have the favorites already right here, but you could also look into that into the development right here. Let's maximize this one and let's install there the ISO right there, and then click OK, proceed. But I need to increase the number of memory. I'll be using 8 gigabytes of random access memory plus the storage space. I'll be using 50 gigabytes. Okay, let's click that one, and it's already full screen. So let's try to see, try and install. So this is the newer version of the installer. It is different compared to the previous type of installer that you could click install, but right here you could try it. This is the live bootloader, so you have the option to try it. It will be feels like before you install without installing. Of course, there is information right here that changes made in this environment will not save when you turn off the computer. It will not also install into your hard disk. It is just gonna be on your USB or your virtual machine temporarily. So I'll be installing this one, and of course your language, don't forget your language and your internet right here. If you're wondering why is it our mouse enlarge when we shake, actually this feature started way back then. it started to notice that in Mac they also implement that one to integrate into their Mac OS. So sometimes open source started it as a new feature, then the popular operating system follows it. So let's install this one and proceed to the installation. Next, of course, they will gonna ask you again. This is the Calamares installer. They ask you for your system language, English. I will okay with that one. I'll be using Manila, but I could use me. Oh no, you could not change yet. Okay, I thought I could like change it into Iloilo. Okay, let me click next, and English Filipino will be okay. Click next. Normal installation, click next. I'll be okay with that one. And if you have the operating system like Windows or Mac or other Linux distro or distribution, you could see another level right here. It will be asking you alongside with your existing operating system. But for me, I don't have anything. Well, I just gonna erase all of my dist and proceed next. And it will ask you for your name. So I'll call my operating system computer as my brand, Rialbbe, and I'll be just giving a 4-character password. It will be short. This is gonna be only my test bed. So I'll proceed next, and this is the summary. So you have all the summary from your location, keyboards, partition, and your bootloader right here. As you can see, it is on the SDA. It is a solid state drive A. Okay, let's proceed to our installation. It will remind you if you want to continue. It will not be able to undo. Okay, let's click next. And let's wait to hit 100% and see the initial boot. And maybe there is a welcome page. Let's see. Okay, we already have completed our installation. Let's try to restart our computer and click done. Don't forget to hit enter to remove the installer medium. Now let's click restart our computer. Of course, this is a virtual machine. You could also use this one like in your hardware, but I don't want to install it to my hardware right now. I'll just use the virtual machine to demonstrate it. Okay, we have now our login screen. It's asking for our password. So there you have it. That is my password, and then you could click right here or hit enter. I want to inform you that you could also see this one right here in the bottom. You have the session. You could change it into Wayland or X11 or X windowing. Okay. You could also click the virtual keyboards if you don't have the keyboards, like for example if you're using the tablet. Actually, Linux is compatible with tablets because tablets are also mostly Linux as their base. Okay, let's click this one. So it is now loading. They have the welcome page right here with mascot called Konji, and it is welcoming you to the KDE community. Okay, let's proceed to the next page of the welcome app. So it tells you where is the desktop user interface right here. You could put your shortcut keys right here. Could look into that one later as we go along. Okay, let's click next. And the application, you could find it right here on Discover and install it for your application, office, games, tools, and all those stuff that you need. Of course, this is Linux, If you are wondering where is Microsoft, yes, you could also download Microsoft Office right here. Okay, don't worry about it. Okay, let's click next. Have the privacy blah 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 thing and the welcoming and friendly computer. Yes, this is much friendlier, and let's enjoy it. So that is the welcome app. Now let's try to proceed to our desktop user interface. So this whole screen is our background, our wallpaper. When you right click the mouse, you have the options right here, and just click that one and you have all those different wallpaper. I'll enlarge it so that you could see. So many to choose from. As you can see, if you click the images on the wallpaper, it will change and let you see the wallpaper. For example, this one, cool. How about this one? It's more like environment, right? Oh, by the way, if you use this one, so when I click apply, right, it's basically like that. I go right here on the system settings. I could also change it into light breeze. See, change, and breeze dark. Cool, right? You could always change that one. So next, if you want to ask me where is the start menu, right here, it is called also the app launcher. When you click, you have those interface. You could have the all apps or by category right here. And you could also have the quick launch application, just like in Windows. I don't know who's first because the developers of the quick launch is actually a Linux developer, but I think it was the same when they adopted the quick launch. No, I think the quick launch really started from Linux because the developer is actually a Linux developer, but they also work as a Microsoft developer for I think Windows XP. Yeah, I think Windows XP. You could always comment down below if you know the history, and maybe some of your developers, mentors, please do comment down below. I want to know the real history of the quick launch. Who started it? Not the official, like sometimes the official changes, but you have the insider, you know. You could also change, by the way. For example, if you don't like that kind of launcher, you could also change the alternatives, like maybe you want like this one. So this is more like the genome. By the way, you could right click that one, okay? On the other side right here, on your right side, we have the notification and time and date. Like this one, you have notification, blah blah blah. We have updates. Maybe you could like check out the updates. So we have so many updates. It's actually total of 1.4. Wow, okay. Let's install this one first. Don't forget to enter your super secret password, because if you don't have any authentication password, the virus will just gonna install anything, spyware, malware, virus, name it. They have all the installation. That's why you have to turn on for authentication. Let's click that one. Let's update first. We could also minimize this one. For example, if I want to add one more, but I want to put it right here on the desktop, like for example this one, drag and drop, link here, there. You could also move, drag it, and then when you click that one, double click and it will open. So let's try to check out the apps right here. So you could always look for your apps right here on the search bar, or you can like scroll down the all application. But if you want to have the categorize, you just click this one, all the games, all the graphics, the help that you need, the internet and the connection, multimedia. Let's try to download the VLC later. The office, the math, system, utilities. Okay, we have completed our update. Let's try to go right here. And of course, the VLC is not yet installed. Let's try to click VLC. So we have from Ubuntu and the snap. Okay, so let's just use the Ubuntu and install this one. Don't forget to enter your super secret password and click enter or click OK. Oh yeah, let's try to look for only Office. Do we have only Office desktop? Yes, we have. Let's click install. Of course, we also need to enter our super secret password. Either you could enter it or just click OK. Another. How about KDE Live? We could like install it. Just click install. How about OBS? So let's try to install the OBS Studio for your screen and live streaming. So it's still downloading. Let's just click this one. It will still proceed. And let's try to see if the OBS is here. Where did the OBS go to the... Oh, there. The VLC is already here. We have already installed the OBS, but the only Office is still updating, still installing. It is not yet appearing into our Office suite. So let's try to see when it hit 100%. Okay, we have our only Office right here on our Office category. Okay, aside from our LibreOffice installed, we also installed the only Office. So there you have it. We could create and edit and collaborate for our documents, spreadsheet, presentation, and PDF. We could edit the PDF. That is why they call it portable document file. Okay, let's click PDF. So as you can see, the file name is already PDF right here. For example, let's try to put hello, greetings, and try to save it. Save us. Put it on the document folder. And as you can see right here, it is a PDF file. And click save. And let's try to check out the folder on the document. There we have this one, and let's try to close this one and double click it, and there you have it. We have our PDF. If you want to edit again, right click, open via the only Office. Okay, and then you could edit again. So you could edit and then click save. Saving document in the PDF form. Okay. How about if we change it? Of course, just go to save us. And then instead of the document one, we could like change it into RialbbeTV. And then of course it is PDF file, and click save. Saving document. As you can see right here on our file manager, we have the document one and the RialbbeTV. Okay, let's close this one. We could open, drag it, and it will open. Cool, right? It is a PDF form, and you could always change. Alright, so let me close that one. That is our application and software center. Conclusion and remarks. Well, the Linux operating system Kubuntu 25.04, it is not yet a long-term support. It is still on the development, but you could always check this one out for several months of support before the Kubuntu LTS 26.04 will be released. So if you have some question, feel free to ask me. Write it in the comments down below. I'm Blair, your science, computer, math, and engineering teacher. Bye for now and see you in the next adventure. Where is the shutdown? Right here on the bottom, just like in your Windows. Click shutdown, and after that, shutdown. Shutdown.